show. So I invested in a fake ID. That's just the beginning of my troubles. Being 20, you're kind of at that age where nothing's really exciting about that age. You're almost 21, you can almost do everything. I mean, you've waited so long. And I'm the last in my group of friends to be 21, and so all of my friends are going out to bars and clubs and hanging out at lounges, and I just have to stay home and study and do homework. Even, when I don't have homework, I just have to sit home, and, if I do want to go out, it's not to a place as fun as a 21 and up place. So, because I couldn't wait to turn 21, which is 4 months away, I tried to find someone who looked like me. I found a friend whose ID I borrowed. It got taken away by the bouncer when I went to a club. And so that was it. I just walked away. I wasn't going to stop, though. I was persistent to get an ID and to get into a club, to go see this comedy show with my boyfriend. So I've been asking around, and it took literally months to find someone I knew who could make a fake ID, and he was all the way in Hawaii. Little did I know how serious the consequences really are for possessing a fake ID. I knew that it wasn't good to have a fake ID, but I didn't really care. I thought being 21, doing whatever I would be able to do would be worth it anyways, worth whatever consequences came my way. So I bought my boyfriend and I tickets to see this Filipino comedian. You have to be 21 and older to watch, and I had arranged for my fake ID to arrive before the comedy show. So I got my ID in the mail. It looked totally legit. It had the hologram. The guy said it would scan when you scan the back. I had my picture on it, my name, age, or it just had my age that was changed by 1 year. So my boyfriend and I arrive at the club. I go to the bouncer first, and I confidently hand him my fake ID, and he took it and called the cops. So the cops came and they arrested me for possessing a fake ID, but told me that if I had confessed to how old I really was and told them the truth, where I got it and all that stuff, then I wouldn't go to jail that night. I stood there amazed and somewhat mortified that this is really happening. It seemed like I was in an episode of Law and Order or something. Like, I got my rights read to me, and it was just a horrible experience. Like, it wasn't a great gift. The tickets were a gift for my boyfriend. He ended up seeing me get arrested, and that's not the best thing that you want someone to see, I guess. So I didn't go to jail that night, but the cop did inform me that I will have a case sent out to the prosecutor's office against me, and they will decide my fate, whether I will be summoned and pay fines, or whether or not I'll be off the hook. So I want to address to you all who are under 21, and those who are 21 that have friends that are under 21, why you should not get a fake ID, and what the consequences are. When I did my audience analysis, many of you didn't know the consequences. Some of you knew that they were bad consequences, but didn't know exactly what they were, just like me. So for those of you who are 21, you don't need fake IDs, but if you could try to remember back to the days when you weren't 21 and how you felt to want to be 21, you might be able to relate to this a little more. There weren't any statistics on how many people use fake IDs. Since they are illegal, no one's going to come forward and say it. So I'm going to talk about why people choose to get fake IDs, including several interviews with people I know who have them and who still want them, and what the consequences really are for them. So being 21, the most popular reason to get a fake ID among college students is to go to a bar and to drink. Being 21, you're also allowed other advantages. You can go to casinos. You can gamble. Casinos often have performances by artists that you guys all might like. Being 21, you can buy a handgun, if that interests anyone. And being 21, you can get into better clubs. The ones that are for 18 and up in Seattle aren't as fun as the ones that are 21. And you can go to lounges. You can also go to comedy clubs. So I spoke with several people who I know chose to get a fake ID. I'll keep their names anonymous and just say S. She decided that she wanted to go to clubs with her friends because she felt bad that her 21 and up friends had to change their plans and go to 18 and up places. C just wanted to get a fake ID to buy alcohol. Another person named C wanted to buy alcohol and hang out with friends who were 21. I also spoke to their parents. They all know that their children are getting fake IDs or already have them. S's mom said that she's against her child getting one, but only because she doesn't want her to get in trouble. She had one when she was younger, and back then the age was 18 to get into somewhere, so she had to be 18 and up. She understands why her daughter wants to go out, but she's just worried about the consequences. C, his dad, said back in the day it was legal to drink when you're 21. I think it's funny that he's so desperate to be 21. As long as these kids can drink responsibly and make good decisions, I don't see the harm in drinking over 18. And C's mom says that she doesn't want her to have a fake ID, but can understand why. She can't stop her because she's in Hawaii and her mother is here. So she just tries to warn her to be careful. Some reasons that I invested in a fake ID, other than going to this comedy club, my boyfriend also plays in Hawaiian band, and he plays a lot of gigs that are at 21 and up places, and I love their music and I'd love to support them and see them, and so I would love to go. Also, when I have downtime, I like to dance. I like to go out and have fun and just unwind, and the 18 and up clubs, you can't really do that. You're just packed there, standing, super packed. You can't even move. You can't go anywhere. So it's really not that fun. And all of my friends are going out and, being 21 and can go to fun places. And while many people are blinded by the urge to be 21, many of them don't really know the consequences. I talked to a lawyer, and some of the fines that go along with holding a fake ID is you can get a misdemeanor, which won't stop you from getting a job, but it will show up on your record in a background check. Or a felony, depending on what the ID is. If you took somebody else's ID, it would be a felony. But if it was, my ID with my name, my picture on it, it's a misdemeanor. So the maximum sentence for getting caught with a fake ID is up to 1 year in jail and a $5,000 fine. There's levels 1, 2, and 3 for a misdemeanor, which 1 is the most serious, and 3 is the least serious. So the class 1 misdemeanor is up to a $2,500 fine and 6 months in jail. So depending on what you had on your ID or what your attitude was to the police officer who took it, depends on the level of misdemeanor that you'll get. I spoke to another public defender who said that although a crime, the misdemeanor carries the maximum penalty, that probably doesn't happen. Fines are usually $250 to $500. So it is a huge difference in what I've heard, but still having to pay like the $100 for an ID or $250 to $500 for the fees and the attorney fees are $1,000. So all this money adds up so quickly. It's really not even worth it. So when I was observing my audience analysis, about half the class is 21 and half is not. And I want to encourage you guys that if you were ever thinking of getting a fake ID, don't do it. If you know anyone who wants to get a fake ID, tell them no. The consequences are just outrageous, and it's really not worth it. Not what I thought would be worth it. So having to pay thousands of dollars to the state, do community service, have a misdemeanor or a felony on your record, it's not worth getting a fake ID. It's nice to wait till you turn 21 because the excitement and fun might last longer for some. The sooner you begin drinking, the sooner the fun of it wears off. So I would just encourage you all to wait.